What is going on? Hi, Mapfrania. Getting into the chat early. Uh,
Hello.
it is the experience point. That is where you are. Welcome or welcome back, whether you've been here for the entire time or just now. I like to talk about all kinds of stuff here on the experience point. Holy crap! Our viewership is popping the hell out. You are very popular, sir. Um, so
Hi guys.
here on Talk
Wow.
Tuesdays, which is our Tuesday stream here on the Experience Point, I like to talk to people. If you don't know anything about the Experience Point, it's about sharing experiences. Typically, when I do these, it'll either just be like I do a weekly show with my buddy Josh from Still Loading Podcast. Sometimes I'll have people on to talk about specific things on a segment that I call Experience Share, which is like, hey, I'm not into this thing that you are, but I want you to go nuts and kind of gush, and I want to like experience the passion vicariously through you. But my guest today so graciously is giving up his time on a Tuesday night, and he brought up the idea of talking about a concept for video games. Obviously, we talk about all kinds of things from film and animation and music and freaking food and wellness and everything, but we're primarily video game focused. But Spicy Brycey here, my friend Bryce, aka Spicy Brycey, was like, "Can we talk
Hello.
about difficulty in video games?" And I was like, "That sounds super cool." So Spicy Brycey, how are you, sir? Thank you for coming on this evening.
I'm doing great. Thanks for the kind introduction. I'm really excited to talk about like difficulty in video games, and honestly, I'm just excited to nerd out about games in general. Like if you told me we could have just a 2-hour conversation to talk about video games, like I'd be so down for that.
Yeah,
So yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
sure. Thank you for giving your time and bringing all these cool people here. We got Rabbi Guess and Bad Gal. I don't know if it's Bree Bree or Bri Bri. And Drew the Damager is here. What's going on, Drew? A fellow Druid.
Wow.
The Drew
All the
Tang
girlies
clan.
are here.
All the girlies? Yes, we are here for the girlies.
Yes.
Um, I will say, you said having a 2 hour conversation. I probably should have asked you this off air. Do you have a hard out time tonight?
No, I'm down.
Okay.
As long as I'll talk till midnight if at me.
Okay. I would say these probably go for like 2 hours, so that you were right on the money. But if we find that the conversation goes long, and with me it always does, that's good to know. Um, so
Okay, cool.
yeah, I guess.
Also, sorry. I was just gonna say shout out to Mr. Franzia, my brother, for like helping us with the audio issues. And sorry for
Yes.
making you guys wait. I appreciate the help.
Yeah, thank you for being. I'm canceling my plans tonight. Oh, thank you. Was it Rabbi or Rabbi? Maybe I incorrectly assigned you
It's
a.
Rabbi.
Okay, I was like, did I
It's Rabbi, trust me.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, did I assign this person a religion unintentionally, without their consent? Um, so since you're new to the show and to the space here, the stream, I would love to just know, and since we're talking gaming, I would love to know if you are playing anything currently that will not pertain to like difficulty. Like if you're just like, I just wanted to say this thing that I've been playing that I've been really digging that has nothing to do with what we're going to talk about. I just want to know if anything has been sparking your passion lately.
Oh yeah. I've been playing this really fun game that came out a little bit ago called Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Yeah.
And it's just so nice. It's basically you could just kind of like jump in and go with the flow with this game. The music's amazing. It's not like hard, but it's always entertaining. It's almost like a Beat Saber like kind of vibe.
Yeah,
Um,
it seems kind of like an interactive music video. Like it's real trippy and psychedelic and super cool. It looks like super hot kind of like that kind of
yeah.
polygon graphical style. I haven't played it,
And
but
then
it
the
looks
other
cool.
game, oh sorry, didn't mean to interrupt
Oh no,
there.
you're fine.
Uh, the other game I've been playing is Who's Lila, and
Hmm.
that's been really cool. Basically, you have to find like kind of a murder, but you have to use facial expressions to like talk to people. So whole half of your screen is dedicated to moving somebody's face around. And you have to like appear sad, happy. And depending on your facial expression, you'll either get information from other characters or screw yourself over.
What? So is it like you're playing as the NPCs in LA Noire?
Oh yeah, I guess I've never thought of that, but
That's
yeah,
so weird. It's like the
that's a funny way to
reverse.
think of it.
I don't know what the inverted LA Noire is. New York Blanc. Uh, that's cool. I haven't heard of that one
Yeah.
before, but it sounds really interesting.
Yeah, yeah. What about you? What have you been playing?
So I started a new game yesterday, last night, that I will talk about as we get into the topic proper. But I'm super excited, and it's very difficult, so it's going to be very pertaining. Actually, a lot of the games that I've been playing recently have been kind of on the difficult end. Um, I am a big hack and slash action, like character action game guy. So like your Bayonettas, your Devil May Cries, your Ninja Gaidens. And we got, oh, Drew says SWH. It's a video game. It was very good. I don't know. Wait, SWH.
Sayonara
Oh, Sayonara
Wild
Wild
Hearts.
Hearts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do need to play that.
Awesome.
I think I own it. Um, so we were blessed. 2025. What the hell did I just say? 2025 was, as far as I'm concerned, the year of the ninja, which is a genre that I is very dear and dear to my heart. We got two new Ninja Gaidens, and we got a new Shinobi. So I played all three of those back to back to back at the end of 2025, and I just finished the last one at the beginning of 2026, which is this current year. Um, Ninja Gaiden 4 is incredible. An incredible return to form for the 3D Ninja Gaidens. It's very cyberpunky. It's very Devil May Cry. Really fun character progression. Hey, we got a follow by Bad Gal Bree Bree or Bri Bri. You'll have to let me know how to properly pronounce that. Um, Thank you for the follow. And same thing with so Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden Ragebound were kind of like, let's go back to the old Ninja Gaiden and the old Shinobi, like side-scrolling action with like today's graphics. So it look, or not today's graphics, but like um, they look like spiritual successors, and they were both excellent. Other than that, I'm about to start Expedition 33 because I feel like I have to. Like I must. Like it's just a non-negotiable.
Yeah. I feel like at MagFest everybody was obsessed with that game.
Yeah, everybody was dressed up as a French person with a baguette, which I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that
I
is,
felt
but
like I thought it was Where's Waldo at first. But no, it was just French people.
yeah. So Magfest is how we met, not this year, but 2 years prior. Friend of the show, Cece, busy Cece, who came on to talk Okami, introduced us at Magfest, and it was love at first sight. And I say that, but I
Yeah.
actually do, and I'm not just gassing you up. Um, you have such a cool energy, and you were so fun to talk to that afterwards I was talking to my girlfriend Felisa, who's also been on the show, and she was like, I really like Bryce, like you guys should hang out. And I was like, I want to have him on the show. And we had like great conversations.
Sweet.
You ask incredible open-ended questions, which like I always relate to. I remember you were like, okay, if there was any game that you could have for the next theme of Magfest, what would you want it to be? And I was like, oh my god, Jet Set Radio, and and we were talking about that. And I think you said, oh my god, I forget what your answer was. What did you say?
Oh, I don't even remember. I think it might have been like Zombieland themed or something.
Nice. Oh, it's Bree
That or
Bree.
like
Okay.
Danny DeVito themed. I don't know.
Danny DeVito theme. We'll just do away with the gaming theme in general. We'll just
Yeah.
go to Danny DeVito.
Oh, there was a big controversy this year because somebody took like this Danny DeVito shrine poster and they brought it to the concert and it was like broken. Like we couldn't find the Danny DeVito shrine.
Oh
It's
no.
crazy.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Didn't it? Don't you remember it was like disappeared from the shrine?
No. Like the cutout?
No, you don't. The Danny DeVito cutout?
Oh no! I noticed that there wasn't one this year, but I thought it was just I figured whoever normally brought it didn't attend or didn't bring it or someone took it.
No. So somebody bought it to Rebecca Sugar concert, and tried to like stage dive with it, and I think it not stage dive. What's like they were trying to make Danny DeVito crowd surf by like throwing the cardboard up into the crowd and stuff,
Yeah.
and I think it just got toppled over.
Oh, that sucks. Well, Bad Gal Bree Bree says a convo with Bryce adds 20 years of life. So insightful and fun. And you could not be more right.
Hopefully that's like, love you.
Zoe Bruton 123 says our Lord and Savior Spicy Brycey. Absolutely. Um, so yeah, so we talked about what we're playing now. I wanted to ask if you like, is there? These are kind of two sides of the same coin. Is there a game that you are ashamed to have never played that you know that you would like, but for some reason you've just never gotten into, or something that's like super popular that you're just have never touched, and you feel like I would love this, but I haven't gotten into it.
You're gonna kill me.
Oh
You're
no!
gonna beat my
Is it
ass.
just
Oh,
a
wait, can
radio?
I curse? Sorry,
Don't fucking
forgot.
swear on my stream, Bryce. Yes, of course you can.
Fair, fair, fair. Um, yeah, Legend of Zelda. I have not. I have my first Legend of Zelda game, which is Breath of the Wild, and
Whoa.
I just started that. But like the whole Legend of Zelda series, always wanted to play it, just never had the opportunity.
That's wild. That might win. Like every of anyone I've asked that question to, that might like
I know, and
Legend of
it's
Zelda.
everybody's favorite franchise, and it's like, you know what? To be fair, I actually played a little tiny bit of it on the Wii. There's a
Okay.
Wii Zelda.
Oh yeah. Was it Twilight Princess or?
No idea. I
Okay.
only played it 2 times.
Yeah. That's wild. It's
I
not
knew
like
you had a horse, and that was fierce.
yeah. It was fierce. Fierce deity. Um I I'm surprised just because of how in the zeitgeist in the gaming space that franchise has been for like 40 years now. Like that's to it almost like tells me that you've purposefully avoided them. Like how do you go so
Well,
long?
it's just because you need. I've only had a laptop. I've never really had gaming systems.
Oh, okay. So
It's really just like an access thing.
that's totally fair. So you've always been like a PC gamer.
Yeah, yeah. I got my first PC in college, and I found Undertale, and then I've been hooked ever since.
Nice.
So I've really just been into like indie games.
Okay. Thanks for the follow, Rabbi Pizza Rabbi, Rabbi Guess. Well, you're gonna hate me because
Everybody needs a rabbi to follow
this
them.
is true. I do need a rabbi to follow me. Hopefully not home. I've never played Undertale.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I never have, and I I'm kind of ashamed of that. I mitigated my, or I rectified, I should say, my normal answer to that, which was Chrono Trigger, which I've gone my entire life being, I would
Oh,
say,
I've heard good things. I need to play Chrono Trigger.
yeah, it's excellent.
That's like a RPG, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's like the RPG. If Drew is still in the chat, he's gonna start popping off right now because that I had him on to do an experience
Cool.
share to talk about why he loves Chrono Trigger, and I was like, I'm sold. There he is with all the emotes too. And I was like, yeah, I'm sold, and I played it, and honestly, like I just got an emulator on my phone. I mean, a legal backup of this game that I already own,
Yes, yes.
and I played it on my
Exactly.
phone, and it was awesome. Like just in transit to and from work, and it didn't even take very long, like maybe 25 hours. Um. Oh, thanks, Matt Frania said he likes my
Okay, so
background.
let's definitely not after the chat like talk about how you did that.
What's that? Oh, the playing my legal
Like
copy.
not talk about how to put an emulator on your phone.
Yeah. Okay. We definitely won't talk about that.
Yeah, definitely won't do that.
Well, on the flip side of things, is there a game that you have that you just want more people to play that seemingly no one knows about or doesn't get the recognition that it deserves?
Okay. I have kind of like a jokey answer and then a serious answer, if that's okay.
Okay. Oh, Matt Franny was talking about your background, sir. Which I thought was a poster, and then you so hilariously knocked it down when we were setting up. And I saw it was a painting. Did you paint that?
Oh, no. That's just my background. Wait, did it go to my screen?
Hmm?
Oh, that's so funny.
Your your like dog
Yeah.
painting back there is
Did I cut out?
I can.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh no, we might be having some technical difficulties. We were just talking about
Yeah, I think so.
your dog background. Is that a it's a painting? I think.
Oh, oh my God. Okay. Um, yeah, my brother actually got me this painting,
Nice.
which is really cool. It was a birthday present. I asked him for something cute, and then he managed to get like the cutest thing ever.
Oh,
So I was really happy with it.
it's super cute. Sorry, I was just saying that because I guess it was your brother that said he loves your background. Um, so
Oh,
what
yeah, that makes sense.
what was your
Sorry,
game?
for a second, I thought you saw like my screen background and all like 40 tabs I have up right now.
Oh my God, no, that would be incredibly invasive. Although we are talking
I was
on
like, how did
Discord,
that
so
happen?
it wouldn't be past them apparently.
That would be insane. Okay, so my joke one
Yeah.
is a penguin simulator called
Oh,
Being a Penguin.
nice.
I don't think anyone needs to play this, but somebody else needs to witness it so I can talk about it with them.
Okay, that's fair. Penguin Simulator. Nice.
It's really cute. It's really cute. It's free. It's a total time waste, but it's like I love penguins and I just needed to be a penguin for a little bit. So if anybody wants to talk about what it's like being a penguin, play that game and we'll talk.
Nice. Hey, I'm already sold.
And the serious game that I want everybody to play is called Despelote.
Okay.
um and it's somebody's like lifetime through playing soccer, so you get to play soccer mini games as like this person grows up, and there's a really cool story, and honestly it had one of like the best, I won't say it's a twist ending, but like there's like something really shocking at the end that I don't necessarily want to spoil,
Yeah, no.
but like really one of the coolest games I've played in a while, and it was like $10. So
Nice.
Despelote, support them. They're indie guys. Seems like a really cool project, and I really liked it. I had a lot of fun.
I love that. That's super cool. Mine is a I've done an experience share myself for this, which I don't usually get to be the one to gush, but um there's a game on the original Xbox that has since been remastered. It got a nice HD remaster, and it's free on Windows Games. I cannot stress this anymore. It's free to play
Oh,
right now.
here,
Um, it's a game called
3.99.
Free
That's what we
ninety
like to
nine.
hear.
Yep, it's a game called Phantom Dust, and it's basically what happens if you took Magic the Gathering and played it in real time as like an arena fighting game. So it's fucking rad. So you are still building decks, but you're taking them out into the real world to battle with the skills in the decks and to like fight other people in like this crazy twisted post-apocalyptic psychedelic ridiculous landscape, and it's super rad.
That sounds like really cool for someone else. I feel like that would be the death of me.
Okay, not into card games.
Well, yeah, I'm just so bad at it. It's like I feel like somebody can like be looking at the cards and like find like the most like exponential way to win, or like find like a win con or something.
Hmm.
And I've just never been good at that. And then like to combine that with like real-time fighting games, I
Okay.
know it's gonna be scary as hell. Like the people that get good at it are gonna be really good.
Yes, and that is absolutely the case, especially because people are still playing it 20 years later. Bree Bree, it's called Phantom Dust.
Like people can name more Magic cards than they can name like amendments. Like
True.
the way people are able to talk about Magic is like crazy. So like these card game people go like I don't ever want to mess with them. Like they're the same ones winning like the Smash tournaments, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Like they go hard.
Yeah, I will say it's. I'm not normally that guy, but I was caught up in the gameplay aspect of it. Like, I just loved actually being able to run around and like. It's more like. So your hand is. You can only have 4 cards in your hand at a time, but they're mapped to your face buttons. So like if you have like fireball on X. Like when you run, you'll run your character around and you'll press X to throw a fireball at another enemy. So like the card building aspect is more so just like what kind of deck do I want to play? Do I want to focus on damage or erasing their skills or like maneuverability, because you can get ones that'll like up your speed and then you're just zipping around and like shooting lasers and stuff, and it's pretty rad. And there is obviously strategy to it, but it's not quite as sweaty as something like properly playing Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or even like Pokemon. Like I love the Pokemon card game. I went to like a game store recently and they were doing a tournament and I was watching and I was like, I feel like I've never seen a card game before. I was so lost. So it's not quite that level. And it's got a really fun single player that is basically a tutorial on how to play. So if you like, especially if you like weird stuff like existential crises in your card games, I cannot recommend Phantom Dust enough. It's done by the guy who made Panzer Dragoon, if anyone has played any of those.
Oh, I think I've heard of that before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I that sounds like a good entryway then. Maybe I need to try that before I get back into Magic.
Yeah. I usually just say Magic because that's the closest of what I've heard. I've never played or touched Magic. The literal only thing I know is there's mana and there's a Black Lotus card that everyone wants because it's super rare. That's literally it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, my last question before we get in proper, even though we've gone for almost a half hour already. I want to see if I can guess your favorite video game of all time by you describing it poorly.
Hmm. Let me think. Like, I just be abstract about it, I guess.
Yeah, like vague and unhelpful.
Yeah, okay. Um, you know, um, you are you fall underground, and you're looking around for more masks to get more information about the town you're in. That's a pretty terrible explanation.
Okay. I guess.
You want me to keep describing?
No, I'll just guess. I mean, you have mentioned it before. Is it Undertale?
Nope. But
Oh.
that is the same exact description.
Oh, okay, really?
Um,
Is it
Also, you're a
Rabbi, I think?
bug in this one.
Oh, okay, got it. Hollow Knight.
Yeah, it's Hollow Knight.
Nice. I've got that on my list. All the Silk Song glazing that's happening across the internet. I think it's unavoidable. I'm not really a Metroidvania guy, but I'm looking at my copy of Hollow Knight right now, and I am gonna have to play it eventually.
Yeah. You know, I feel bad for saying this. Like, Hollow Knight people are gonna hate me for it, and it's like so valid. But like, the Metroidvania isn't my favorite part of Hollow Knight. I
Mm,
just love the bosses and the art design and the world. But like, I don't the Metroidvania part. I could take it or leave it. Like, exploring like the different caves. I'm just like, can I just get to the next boss? Like,
yeah.
sorry.
That's fair, and that's the fact that you and I are very much aligned in that aspect. That's how I was playing Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I was like, I don't care about all this exploration shit. I just want to like get to the next part. I hate going through all the same places you've been through a million times. The fact that that's still your favorite game of all time is a very good
Yeah.
indication of me
Can I
liking
say
it.
something? I feel like navigation is kind of like a corn maze. Like I'm happy to do it every now and again. Like if it's like a fun break between puzzles.
Yeah,
I just think it does get exhausting.
yeah, that's totally fair. Well, a very difficult game I have heard Hollow Knight is. Um, I would love to get into this topic that you very astutely presented to me was difficulty in video games. I've never talked about something so vague before, but I didn't think for a second that we weren't going to be able to talk about it. So, what is it about? I think you had mentioned that you wanted to kind of talk about how it's shifted and like gone into games that we play now from maybe games that have come out in the past. So
Yeah.
I'll let you kind of take the first leap here. What made you want to talk about this specific topic, and then feel free to just get into it proper.
Oh yeah, I feel like a good place to start is like through the question that kind of inspired this.
Hmm.
And I'm just gonna ask you, do you think are you good at video games?
Oh man, I would say
I know it's a question.
if there's like if the scale is 0 to 10 and 0 is like a child picking up a controller and just pushing buttons and not even really knowing what they're doing, to 10 like pro gamer, I get paid money to win fighting game tournaments, or like esports celebrity, I'm
Mm,
probably see I play fighting games, so I feel like that kind of already gives me like a little bit of a boost. And I like Souls likes,
mm.
which are like I don't love them, but I like them, which might like push me up. So if we're starting at like 5 baseline, middle of the road, I would say maybe like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. I would say. So I think I
Okay.
can hold my own. I think I'm pretty good at video games.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you feel like you get that value from like the games you've beaten, or like do you feel like when you've played video games against friends in like co-op modes, or like Xbox Zombies or whatever you were playing, how do you measure that? Like, why do you think you got that rating?
I think it's pretty easy to. It's pretty. I mean, not easy. It's quantifiable when you play the games that I do, because they are uh, either hardcore action, over the top ridiculousness, like Ninja Gaiden, that is like super difficult, and it's like, well, obviously, yeah, you either beat it or you don't. Or in the case of fighting games, like I have been, I don't want to say fortunate enough, like I didn't practice really hard, but I've won a few like gaming tournaments, like nothing major, but I've won some like Mortal Kombat tournaments, some Smash tournaments, even a Guilty Gear tournament. So that's like a physical, or not a
That's super
physical,
impressive.
but yeah,
You
it's
have
like
like actual, yeah, you've got actual medals.
it's like a
No, that's actual
metric.
real accomplishment.
Oh, thanks. Like, but it's also like a yep, I did that. Here's something that I did. Um, so yeah, I would say it's in between like real life things like that and being able to say like, yeah, I beat Dark Souls, I beat Sekiro, I beat all the Ninja Gaidens, I beat Ninja Gaiden Black on the highest difficulty, like that type of thing. It's quantifiably to be like, yep, this is a game that everyone says is too hard and they give up, but I pushed through and I did it. Uh, but I think there's a difference of with fighting games, it's kind of like you you have to be good at them all the time. With games like Dark Souls and Hollow Knight, I feel like it's kind of a war of attrition. It's kind of like you push through, and it's almost like I will throw my body at this boss fight 1,000 times until I finally do it. So it might be a bit
Yeah,
of a different,
yeah.
like a
That's
sprint.
very Dark Souls energy.
Yeah, yeah, like a sprint versus a marathon. So I think there's two sides.
I think that's a good way to describe it. Like, I don't think I'm good at video games, but I'm willing to take a punch. Like, I literally have 20,000 deaths in Celeste. That's
Whoa.
like a lot of deaths, just for the record.
Yeah, but Hollow Knight being your
Like,
favorite video game, that's a tough game. So you got to be good at
oh yeah,
video games.
no, I just literally just time and energy. Like, I've probably spent way too much time on that game.
Yeah.
I used to kind of be bothered, a little self-conscious about that, but then I realized I'm getting like more bang per buck. Like I only paid, $20 to get like a 400-hour experience where some people are beating the game in like 30 hours or something.
I guess that's true. Yeah. And that was like Sekiro for
Yeah,
me.
I'm
I
like a
was
cheap
like,
date. Like, don't gotta pay much to get me drunk, and then
I'm a cheap
don't have
date.
to pay much to keep me entertained. It's a win-win.
All you got to do is just punch me in the face repeatedly 1,000 times, and then I'm
Yeah,
yours.
or play like the drinking game. I feel like people used to get really drunk off of Smash drinking games.
Oh, okay. I played Smash a lot, but I never played a Smash drinking game. Is it like take a
Oh,
shot when you die?
yeah, yeah, just like a shop or stock, I
Shot per
think.
stock. Oh man, that's gnarly.
I don't play fighting games. I wouldn't know. I played like Beerio Kart where it's like you can't drink and drive. That's really
Where
cute.
you can't. Oh, so you have
I
to
would
pull
recommend
your guy
everybody try
over.
that. Yeah, yeah. So basically, you just either have to stop or and be drinking, or like keep driving. And you have to finish your beer by the end of the race.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like, what's stopping you from just not drinking? But if you have to finish the beer, okay. I feel like I would just drive normal 2 out of the 3 laps, get halfway through the third lap, and then chug my drink and then try to finish before the alcohol hits me.
But like, you'd think that's a good strategy, but the issue comes with like the carbonation, the bubbles.
Ooh,
That's kind of
yeah,
what stops you from doing it all at once.
that's true.
Hey, but if you got the iron stomach, like brother,
I
I
don't
feel like
think I
the
do.
ideal strategy. Oh, sorry, I mean,
No, you're fine. I was saying I don't think I do. I'm also not a beer guy, so.
yeah, I feel like it would be a different game if you did Jello shots instead.
Ooh, yeah, totally.
I don't think it would be a fun game.
No. Well, so how do you feel about like? Do you think the games like Hollow Knight and Dark Souls? Do you think the difficulty is a benefit to the games? Like it's part of its identity, which I think is certainly I would certainly say it's a benefit in that it stands out because they are so difficult. But do you think being so crushingly difficult helps a video game?
Yeah, I love that question because I think it does play into like I like when the mechanics are useful in like telling the story's narrative, and I
Mm,
think like Dark Souls is a perfect example of that. Like it is a war of attrition, and you start out as like this weak demon against like these impossible monsters, and I feel like the mechanics of it like add so much to the ambiance and vibe, and it really does make you feel like you triumphed. So I
yeah.
feel like it works well in that aspect. For me though, like I just think like there's this kind of inherent, and maybe it's more of like a societal thing, like, but there's an inherent like boundary for people when it comes to these types of games. Like, I don't think Dark Souls was that welcoming. A lot of people are like, oh, like this game is really hard. You probably shouldn't try it. And like, hear me out. The game is like difficult, but it's not hard. It's slash then dodge slash then dodge. I'm not good at it. You got to
Mm,
do it perfectly.
yeah.
But in reality, it's kind of like simple stuff.
Huh.
So I think like that like kind of does contribute to like feeling like what it must be like to be like a soldier or whatever dead soldier thing. And I feel like it's a really bleak atmosphere. But for me personally, that's not how I like to suffer. I prefer
Mm.
to suffer in Hollow Knight.
Okay. But I think it's similarly. Hollow Knight definitely took a lot thematically. I think from Dark Souls, from what I've seen anyway. This is going off of just vibes and footage that I've watched. Like I said, I haven't played it, but it seems like it takes a lot of that kind of oppressive, heavy atmosphere that, and like you said, like the mechanics, because Hollow Knight is you have to run back to your body when you die, right? Like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Okay. That
Yeah, it is similar in that way.
I'm of two minds about that because I think that's a really interesting mechanic and it punishes you for dying, which is just such a gnarly hardcore thing. Um, but I can't stand really long runbacks because it's like you'll get to a boss in Dark Souls or
Hmm.
whatever and die in 2 hits. Immediately you're dead. And you're like, well, okay. And then you have to spend 10, 15 minutes just to run back to your body just to die immediately again. And it's like, I'm not getting any better at this fight. Like, I wish there was some kind of, like, Cuphead is a great example. I love that you can
But
practice.
isn't that the point though? Isn't like
Mm.
the message like you should be suffering? Like they want you to suffer. That's the point.
Yes, but I don't know. It just feels I like it more than I don't like it. I think I just wish there was a way, like in Cuphead, you can practice the boss fights, and if you win in practice, it doesn't count. You have to do it properly, where all bets are off. If you get hit, you die, and what have you. I kind of wish there was a little bit more of like a how do I get better at this? Like I'm not progressing. I'm not getting better at the game. Oh, there's the love of my
Hmm.
life in the chat, joining stream from work. Hi, Bryce.
Well,
There's
hello.
Polisa. She says hi in real life as well. She told me before I got on. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, that's so sweet. But Lisa, we were just talking about how much fun we had at MagFest. I miss you.
Yeah. She was like, I love Bryce so much. I was like, me too. That's what I have him. That's why I want to have him
Oh,
on.
hi,
Um,
sweetie.
yeah, I don't. I guess I just don't love how long it takes to get back to your body and then to die immediately and then trudge back through it. Like after a while, it starts to not become fun for me, and I kind of wish that there was, I don't know, a. It makes you.
Well, I'm gonna throw this back at
Mm,
you because we were talking before about one of the most interesting games, Death Stranding, which is
okay.
only walking. And you said you like that game, right?
Yes, I really did. I really liked the first one, and I'm playing the second one currently. Um, it's not. I'll say it's not the because all of the walking in Death Stranding is like cumulatively progressing the story. What I don't like is in like Dark Souls and even Sekiro, um, getting up to a point where you can progress, dying, and then going back and having to like redo the progress and then die and then go back and redo the progress and you get right up, right up, right up, and then you die and you have to go all the way back. And I get it, like that's part of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But where I think it's different than Death Stranding is like um it's not the walking that's the issue. It's having to do it over and over and over again and not progressing anything.
Yeah. So it's like you don't feel rewarded for the work that you're putting in.
Yeah. Um
I think that's fair.
and
What's
even
nice kind of about Hollow Knight is like Geo doesn't really matter, and that's like the only thing you get back. Geo is the currency in that game.
okay.
So you only get money for finding your body again. So you can just ignore it after like halfway through the game.
Mm.
But yeah, I could see how that's a frustrating mechanic.
Yeah, because in Dark Souls, it's like your souls, that currency is like how you level up. So if you lose
Yeah.
those, then you have to like, then you're, it's taking time. Like I don't like when it's the punishment is now I have to spend more time. Maybe it's because I'm old. Maybe it's because I don't have a lot of free time anymore. But I hate when that's the
Oh my God.
punishment.
When we were kids, we would always take that punishment. Do you ever look back at a game that you've played and you're like, man, I hated myself. Why did I keep playing that?
Yes. Yeah, I was just talking to a friend who was like, he never grew up on Sega. I'm like a big Sega guy. And he was like, I just legally got some uploads of games that I own from the Sega Genesis that I never got to play as a kid. Which one should I try? And I gave him a couple of Sonic games, and there's one called Gunstar Heroes that I really like. And he's like, these games are all really hard. I'm going to just have to use save states. And I was like, that's totally fine because because like you'll die and you just have to start the level over again. But it's like, how many times am I gonna do this level that I know I can beat just to get up to one hard part to die and then have to go through? It's like I'm not. when the punishment is only it's taking my time, I don't like that. Flip
Yeah.
phone Sonic was the best. Oh man. Uh
I think like sometimes when it's used like smartly as a mechanic, like it's kind of fun. Like I think the classic is like the H Bomber Guy game, like Pathologic,
hmm.
where it's like meant to inconvenience you. Um it's like designed for you to like not take the normal path, to have to like walk for long stints, like long periods. Um
Hmm.
have you heard of that at
No,
all?
I heard of H Bomber Guy before, but I don't know that game.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, it has one of like the most iconic intros where I'm skipping part of the game for those who know it, but I just want to share this one tidbit
Hmm.
which will describe the game entirely. Is there's two people who are fighting. Um and if you try to break up the fight, you end up dying. They overpower you.
Oh.
Immediately. So basically, the first thing the game teaches you is that like some tasks you're gonna have to ignore, and like some people you're gonna have to not help. So it's kind of like
Wow.
this very intense atmosphere that it is created, and it's just like the game is inherently unfair. It knows it's unfair. And it purposely like will throughout the game take stuff away from you and like be really cruel to you. But like that's kind of the point of the game. It like plays into the mechanics, into the message,
Interesting.
which I think is interesting.
I've heard of a game called Fear and Hunger, which is kind of like that too. It's like an indie horror
Yeah,
RPG.
that's a good example.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know why that's the one thing that gets me hung up on Dark Souls, and I think why I liked Sekiro more was when I would lose the time and the potential to level up in Dark Souls, from dying so often. That was maybe too much. But in Sekiro, there is no leveling up. Like when you beat a boss, you get an attack, you get a little bit of an attack um, buff, and you get a little bit more health, max health. But there
Mm,
is no like leveling up, so to speak, in that game, and I liked that a lot because that just meant. Another thing about me, I hate grinding. I hate grinding in video
yeah,
games.
same,
The only grinding I want in
same.
my
Oh
video
my
games is
god.
rail grinding. God damn it. Um, like, so
The
I
only grinding I'll accept is cozy farming, unfortunately.
yeah, I feel like
It's
that's
crazy. The bug got me. They got me.
the bug. Yeah. Um,
It's so good.
but things like Sekiro and things like Ninja Gaiden, they you just have to get better. You just have to learn the patterns, and you have to the spacing. I mean, I'm going to sound like another like I'm talking about a fighting game again, but it is kind of like a fighting game. Like you have to know the spacing of when I attack, it goes this far, or when the opponent does this attack, it from this distance, it's not going to hit me. So I know I can get ready to come in. And I like that a lot more. That type of difficulty more than all right, asshole, you're gonna die, and then you're gonna take another half an hour to even just get back to this fight to try it again. Like that's it. Just for me
Okay.
doesn't resonate.
So I have a question for you. I have a
Yeah.
question because I think this is very interesting. If people like hear about these fighting games, they look cool, everybody talks about them, but it just seems so impossible to get into. It seems so insurmountable.
Hmm.
How do you make this accessible to like some first-time gamers? Because when I hear this stuff, I'm like, oh, I wish I could play that. I wish I could get into that, but it just seems like too much work.
So I would. That's a great question. I love when people ask me this question. For me, it's either my number one thing is finding a game that has a really cool single player mode. Um, to go through and just get better at it as the difficulty like gradually goes up. Um, like I always recommend. There's some of this game that has not aged well, particularly with its portrayal of women. But Mortal Kombat 9 from 2011, its single player mode is so good. Like you do a chapter as one character, like you do a couple battles with each character, just enough to like learn the basic moves. You win a fight. There's a cutscene. It goes on. Your character goes on. You know, like the story kind of progresses as you go through, and each chapter is a different character. So by the time you beat the game, you've played through um, every character. You've gotten kind of a feel. You've probably developed some favorite characters, and then you can, you know, dick around with your siblings or roommates or whatever, play some matches, and then, you know, play online if you want to. I know that's a huge like barrier of entry for a lot of people because chances are, like me, even a fighting game fan, I hop online and I'm smoked immediately, and I'm like, fuck this game, I never want to play this again. So like,
Yeah.
whatever you can do within your own space to get into the game before taking it, you know, elsewhere. Like obviously, if you buy a game day one, you're not going to go to like a tournament or anything. So like, see what resonates with you in terms of like, if it looks like it has a cool story. Like Mortal Kombat is super violent, and that's what it's known for. But actually, my favorite part about Mortal Kombat is the characters and the story. Like there's a really cool story in the Mortal Kombat universe. Or just
Yeah.
go straight vibes. Like if you look at like Guilty Gear Strive, the newest Guilty Gear, which is another one of my favorite franchises, and it's just like balls to the walls, ridiculous anime action. Like find a character that just looks cool and just start like messing around in versus mode or training mode or, you know, whatever it is. Um, it's got to feel good to play. Like it's hard to it's really hard to get into a fighting game when there's the only input you have is losing. So like it has to feel good to play, and you have to feel rewarded for playing, which is why I say like go for like a single player game. Street Fighter Six has a really cool
You-
single
Have you
player
heard
mode.
of any co-op like fighters? Like, is there any game theoretically that like I could play with a newbie and we could be on the same team as we
Yes,
fight?
actually, and it just came out, and it's incredible. You don't have to know anything about the world that it's from, but have you heard of 2XKO?
No, I've not.
Okay, it's basically the League of Legends fighting game.
Okay.
I know literally nothing about League of Legends. All I know from this world is from Arcane, the incredible Netflix animated series, which I highly, highly recommend to anyone. Just literally, if you like media, watch Arcane. Like it's so good.
Could you give me a rundown for not like that I don't know, but like for the other people that don't know?
Sure. So Arcane is basically like this. The world that it's in is kind of like this really cool Art Deco, magical industrial revolution. There is like an upper part of the world where all the rich people are, and all of the. It's very much like a story about classism. Oh, Breeby says it's her
Mm.
fave. Nice. It's so freaking good. It's very much a story about classism. All the rich people are up top, and then they put all their trash and shit and poison down, and it goes down into this under area where people are like literally sick and dying and starving, and the conflict between the two sides. I got a tat
Sounds like
inspired by Jinx. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, that's awesome. Um, but it's literally like if you watch the first three episodes of Arcane, it's like its own arc. And you don't like it, then you don't have to keep watching it. But you will get everything you need to know from the show from those first three episodes. I don't play
so
League, but
cool.
the animation and storytelling is
I have some
literally amazing.
homework. I'll watch it and then get back to you.
Yeah. So it's yeah, please do. It's incredible. But yeah. So anyway, so they came out with this fighting game called 2XKO, and the reason it's called that is because it's a 2-on-2 fighting game. Um, and what they do really interestingly in this is they give you the option. So normally, what most people will do in games like this, in tag-based fighters like Marvel vs. Capcom or Dragon Ball Fighters, you will just tap a button and your assist character will come in, they'll do a little attack, and then they'll leave, and that's how you can extend combos and things like that. um, but there is a 2-on-2 mode. Oh, it's always 2-on-2, but it's like where two people.
Oh, so it's like tag team fighters. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
but it's but where I think this is the first game that's done this. Um, one person could play one character. So you and I could be on a team, and like I could play as one character and you could play as another, and we would like coordinate when to switch out. Like if I was starting to get low on health, then I would switch out to you, and then when I'm switched out, I'm regaining my health back slowly, and you're going, and we can like tag into each other's moves and stuff. It's super cool. It's super fun. Like player expression is over the top. It's very very accessible, especially because the fact that it's a free to play game. So they're gonna nail you with microtransactions, but it's very accessible. And it's
If
a
I
blast.
can't find my credit card, then neither can they.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would definitely
Hide
recommend.
it.
I mean, like I said, it's free. You can download it and just mess around. And I don't think there's like a single player or anything because it's multiplayer only. But it is flashy and fun as hell.
That's awesome. I feel like we've been really fortunate in like this modern era for how many like co-op opportunities there are. I feel like I really like It Takes Two. I
Yeah.
really like Deep Rock Galactic. I like Helldivers. I love all the cute games too. I like Repo. I like all the Peak. Peak is amazing.
Hmm.
Um, so of those types of games, of co-op games, what are your favorites that you've played recently?
Ooh. So I would love. So I played, ironically, I played It Takes Two, with an X, and all of the like
Oh,
break, all the
okay.
like breakup overtones. I was like, oh, okay, and then obviously we broke up.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's literally there's like the book of love. Like that must have
Yeah.
been the craziest experience.
It was wild. We were jokingly being like, what if
Were you
we?
dating Lisa at the time?
No, no, no.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Sorry, I did the math wrong.
Yeah, I was like, wait, why would I? No, no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did the math wrong. That's my bad. You're good.
no,
I was gonna say not my buddy Polisa.
no. I could never. No, no, no. Um, but I would love to actually play that with her, and I really want to play their next one, Split Fiction.
Fiction, yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Okay,
Oh,
who
you know
was
what?
your favorite character in that? Because there were so many fun, cute, and quirky things there.
And It Takes Two.
Did you have a favorite? And yeah, it takes two.
Um. So see, this was a while ago, so I don't quite remember a ton, but I remember the I mean, the book guy is kind of funny, but the is there like a I felt like they kind of recreated the air conditioning dying scene from Brave Little Toaster in one of the boss fights. Or is it a
Did
vacuum?
they really? Yeah, the vacuum was so depressing. That was a rough death, low
Yeah.
key. Like
Yeah.
for those of you who haven't played the game, like spoiler warning, but like you literally have to unplug the back vacuum and you kind of watch it fall apart. There was a couple brutal scenes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the elephant scene?
So we never beat it. So it's been left unfinished, and I think we only played it
Or
twice. So we didn't get.
is that why you guys broke up?
It is.
Sorry.
No, no. It was everything but that.
Mhm.
That's a long story. That's a long ass story. Um,
Next stream, next stream.
yeah, next
Give the
time.
people something.
I know. I've talked about it on here before. It was not pretty. Um, but now I am with Felisa, the love of my life, and she is incredible and the most healthy, non-toxic, non-manipulative person you've ever met, which is some teases of how the last one ended.
It's true. Police has good people.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like co-op. So we played. Actually, this isn't even co-op, even though it feels like it is. I was gonna say Little Nightmares, but not until the third one, which we haven't played yet. That wasn't actually properly
Oh,
co-op.
that one looks so fun.
Yeah,
I'm really happy they made a co-op version.
yeah. I was like, the whole time it seemed like it was designed for this. Drew
Yeah,
says
I
the
think
only co-op.
co-op and horror goes so well. Like, how do you feel about co-op and horror?
Ooh, I'm not a huge horror guy, but Little Nightmares is about the level that I and especially Polisa can handle. Um, that I like that because it feels like a shared experience of like, oh my god, that was crazy when we were like trying to run away from the thing and it was almost got me and
Yeah.
it almost got you and I put the door down and like it
Yeah.
lends to really fun like moments like that. You know, you mentioned like this
Exactly.
isn't really horror, but like something like a Helldivers or like I'm gonna date myself a little bit more, but uh, like the horde modes from like uh, Halo, where it's like it's you just like bunkering down, and it's an unlimited enemies coming at you. And like, holy crap, it was so cool! Like when we thought we were gonna die, but then like we flipped over the tank, and then we got out of the
I
tank. And
wish I played it at its prime. I'm so jealous.
what
Our
Helldivers?
neighbors used to play it. And I love to watch them because it looks so fun.
Yeah. But we are playing. I'm slowly introducing Polisa to the Halo games, and we are playing on co-op. Because
Oh
those,
no way!
yeah, we got
Hey,
through.
hit me up. I have like the Master Chief collection
Oh,
from when
nice.
it went on sale years ago.
I don't know if we like. It's so we're trying. I got this app called Nucleus, which basically lets you run two instances of because we only have like one computer, and it's not cross play. I don't think. So we have to do this weird thing where it's like we're booting into like a fake instance of Master Chief Collection to do the co-op. Like it basically boots the game up twice. Luckily, I have a good enough computer that I can run it twice.
Allegedly. All of this is allegedly for the
Well,
NSA officer listening.
I actually don't know if it's legally gray area or not, but basically I have my monitor and we have the TV and that my TV is plugged into or my computer's plugged into my TV. So we kind of split screen. Like I get my whole monitor for my instance of the game playing co-op with myself playing a second instance on the TV, and that's how we've been able to do the co-op. So all that to say, I don't think we can play co-op with anyone additional, unfortunately. As cool as that would be. But I would love to play with just you if we can get that going. I love those games, the Bungie ones
Yeah,
anyway.
party fierce.
Um, anyway, real quick thing I wanted to when you mentioned Death Stranding, um, it sparked something that I had never seen in a game before. When I was playing Death Stranding 2, um, I got into a boss fight and I died. And there's an option. There's like continue from checkpoint, restart, or whatever, back to the main menu. And then there's an option uh, that says pretend you won. Do you know about this?
No, no.
It's so weird. And I have such mixed feelings about it. And I thought it would be great to talk about in terms of like difficulty, the difficulty conversation. There is no, as far as I know, it's a Kojima game. So there could be consequences that I don't know yet. But there's no consequences for it. It's just for if you want to skip a fight because it's too difficult. And I got into a difficult fight.
Oh,
I don't love
no.
the combat controls of Death Stranding. The second game is a lot more combat focused than the first one, and I don't think I like that because it's not supposed to be. And so I found myself really frustrated and dying and not knowing why. And then I looked up what this, pretend you won thing was. And literally all it does is it just shows you like a little, like text summary of what happens in that fight. And then it just goes to the next cutscene. And I was like, I got
Love
really
it.
annoyed. I did
One
it
more
like
time.
5 or 6 times. And I was like, fuck this. I'm just skipping ahead. I don't care. There's no,
Good for you.
there,
Good for you.
like I didn't want to sit there all day. Like I love this game, but I have so many other. I'm looking at a stack of games that I bought that I've not even touched, and my time is more
Okay.
valuable than my pride.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. For the people who would hate on you, like what I'd say to them is like, you're not cool for suffering. Like, what? Did you do the same fight 20 times
Yeah,
just to say you did it? Like, who cares? Nobody's playing but you. I believe in modding. I believe in walkthroughs. I believe in whatever sparks joy to you.
Yeah. If it's the
I
difference of
like
continuing to play the game or not, then 100%.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And I feel like there's this weird pressure. Like there's certain games, and I know you have too. Every gamer I've ever talked to has this, where you didn't finish it as a kid because you couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's like now that there are walkthroughs, it's like, oh, I could just like look up like all this stuff, and you end up finding out like, oh, it was basic. I was just missing something anyway.
Yeah.
Like imagine doing point and click games without a walkthrough nowadays. It's insane.
Yeah. I think I would feel I like to at least try until I'm at the point of almost giving up. Because then I'm like, okay, if I stop now, I'm gonna have my pride intact, but then I'm never gonna finish the freaking game. So like there are games that I would never have finished without walkthroughs or like Sekiro. That game is so freaking difficult, and I kept having to almost every boss fight from the midway point on. I had to look up walkthroughs to be like, oh, okay, so if he does this move, do this, or if she does this big swing attack, then you can jump over it. Like that was super helpful to learn the game. And if it's the difference, or like save states, like I was saying, my friend was talking about playing, Sonic for the first time, and he's like, this is awesome, but like, holy shit, it's so annoying when you die, you have to start the whole freaking thing over again. And let's not even get into the concept of lives. Like, you get a game over in those old games, and it's like, start over from the beginning. Absolutely not. In this economy?
Yeah, yeah.
That was
No,
SpongeBob
for
on
real.
PS2, Matt Frania says. I believe you.
I think that's the thing too, is like we gotta all pick our poison. Like, there's some things I'm willing to do in a game. Like for me, Metrovanias, I'm willing to backtrack, and fight like the same people again.
Hmm.
One thing I'm not willing to do, and God bless you for doing it, is memorize attacks for like a fight game.
Okay.
Like that is my absolute bane.
Yeah.
Um, and like some people will like refuse to play any point and click adventure, and I totally get it. I feel like for me though, like the barrier is I will cheat once it starts affecting like my flow of the story or the joy of the story.
Yes.
Because I feel like for me, if I'm like playing Dark Souls, like the ambiance is cool, but once I've like thought the same thing for like 12 hours, like it just all the joy is gone. It just feels like a task for me.
Yeah.
But hey, somebody might like that. Somebody might like the repetitive motion or whatever. And
Yeah.
who am I to their yum?
That's certainly a draw, but I think for me there's such a diminishing returns when it comes to that. Like part of the things one of the things that I really like about those types of games, Sekiro, Dark Souls, what I imagine uh, um, Hollow Knight is when you die, it's like, okay, I want to try again, like a little bit more, and then you die again, and you're like, oh, I almost got it, a little bit more, and there's this build up, almost like this exponential, like anticipation of that feeling of victory, because I know I'm gonna do it, and once I do, it's gonna feel so good. It's like a balloon. Like you blow up this balloon, and if it's just at its breaking point, and you finally get through it, and you pop that balloon, and it's like boom, and you're like, fuck yes, oh my god, I love that. But if that balloon, like, if,
Okay, it's kind of sounding like sex.
it kind of does. It's a little bit. I mean, that's. I mean, there's that
I'm
climax.
just saying, it's your analogy.
It is almost like orgasmic sometimes. Like when you get that release, you're like, oh yes, finally, fuck. But if
Mhm.
if you wait too long, you kind of get blue balled, and it's like
Oh my god.
if you if you're just like, come on, like I'm there, like this isn't fun anymore. I've been doing this for too long. It's starting to hurt. Like then
I think like
it like
yeah.
it just drops off. The enjoyment drops off. There's a level. I think there's like a threshold. I think that you have to hit just right. This is sounding really
Yeah, I
horny, isn't
think
it?
I get what you're saying. I really do get where you're coming from because I think there becomes a point where it's like you described earlier, you're no longer mastering a skill. You're just like throwing away your time to like basically play a rhythm game at some point.
Yeah.
So it's like when it stops becoming about mastering like the skill, and like understanding the game or the world better, that's when I'm like, yeah, like this is just unfair. And I feel like that is a huge issue when it comes to open world games.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
do you agree?
I I think so. My biggest issue with a lot of like open world games that I've played is it's either too um like technically Dark Souls is an open world game, but you can't go around and just do everything in any order you want to because there are areas where the enemies will kill you in one hit. Uh, so there is like you do have to find the proper route or the intended route, which then at that point it's not really an open world game. You know, like it's open world, but
Would that
it's
be considered a Metroidvania then?
um
I guess not.
no, because there's always like a linear path that you have to take because it's like you can go anywhere you want, but there's going to be a door here that you can't open until you get this thing. You know, so
Right.
it's like well then
Like,
it's linear.
yeah. But it's kind of similar in the sense like it's like almost like a lock and key, but it's not like a literal like door barrier you have to go through. It's like a skill that you learn
Right.
or
Or a
something you
ridiculous
find a
difficulty
secret.
spike like Dark
Yeah,
Souls.
yeah.
Or like
I think one of my favorite examples of that is like the bugs in Fallout, where from a distance you're like, oh, like this field, there's only tiny bugs. And as the bugs come closer and closer, you realize they're like human-sized mosquitoes.
ew.
I've never played the game, but I've seen the bugs, and that got me. I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. So interesting that you bring up Fallout. One of my least favorite open world games in terms of difficulty was like actually like Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout,
Mm,
because they do um, enemy scaling wrong. Or I don't want to say wrong. They do it in a way that I don't like, where it always like the enemies are always a little bit stronger than you, and you're always just damage sponging your way through it. And I can't stand that, especially in a game like Fallout, where you're sitting there shooting some guy in the face 17 times and watching his health go down by 1 pixel at a time for half an hour. Like, I hate that shit. So,
yeah.
I'm glad to hear that you are in support of modding because the only way I can ever get through a Bethesda game is to mod it to basically be like Glass Cannon Simulator, where I want to, in Fallout, if I shoot a guy in the face, I want him to die. I don't want that to make it
Mhm.
easier because I want to also die if I get shot in the face. You know, like that's how these
Yeah.
things should go. If I hit
And
somebody,
I think that's the beauty of modding is like you really start to make your own game.
yeah.
Like it's almost a game within a game.
Salty61 says, I'm keeping a list of the game you guys are mentioning so I can go back and check them out later. Oh, hell yeah. I
Oh,
love that. Well, here's another
that's rough.
recommendation for you. Here's where I have seen, and this is a fan game, where I've seen damage scaling done right. And it's, or enemy like level scaling done right. There's a, excuse me, a fan hack for a Pokemon game, for Pokemon Crystal. It's called Pokemon Crystal Clear. And it is actually an open world Pokemon game. They have these now in Pokemon like Scarlet and Violet, where you can go to any town and do them in any order, but that's not actually true because you'll get to a town and all the enemies will be like level 40 and you'll still be with your little level 5 starter. So it's not really open world. Pokemon Crystal Clear does this thing where it scales all the badges and enemy trainer, or sorry, it schedules, what am I saying? It's scales all of the levels of the Pokemon for wild Pokemons, trainers, and gym leaders based on how many badges you have. So you can go to the 8th gym badge of the game first if you want to, because it also gets rid of HMs. You don't need to like learn surf or fly or get cut to cut down the trees. You can go anywhere you want in this game in any order you want. So if you go to what is in the base crystal, your 8th gym badge where you're fighting like level 60 Pokemon. If you go there first and you want to, cool. You'll fight like two. You'll fight that gym leader as if it was your first gym. So they'll have like two Pokemon that are like levels, like 10 or 20 or whatever it is. And then once you get that badge, the next one you go to will be a little bit harder. So, and the trainers like all scale. There's like a sliding scale based on how many. And then that's also, if you get into the lore of the Pokemon world, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, we've seen that in the anime and in some of the movies, where it's like a character will go into a gym fight and the gym leader will open up their box of Pokeballs, but they'll only take two out because they know that this is a low-level trainer. Like, I could rant about this forever. But
Yeah.
I felt...
It's really gratifying though when like your choices matter and like the game recognizes that your choice matters.
Yeah. And you also, like, it feels more like you're growing and progressing in a way that is organic to your individual experience than just, I'm just doing it because that's what the game told me to do. like where's the freedom there? Where's this, you say it's open world and there's all this freedom, but if you're saying here's a big open world but still gonna run me along this track, then I don't know, it feels like I've been baited and switched.
Okay, so this is like maybe a little bit more abstract, but do you think like there's any like emotional difficulty when you play games like these? Like you kind of have to think about scenarios and like when your choices matter, like it kind of like adds a whole new nuance. Like I don't know, for me, like
Mm.
when I know my choices matter, I will spend so much time overthinking like which path to go to, who should I talk to?
Ooh. Yeah, you mean like how does it affect like the difficulty?
Yeah, like I think for Undertale, for me personally, I happened to choose the pacifist route by accident,
Mm.
but I think like not knowing what to do made the game harder. Like not knowing that I could just like level up or kill something to level up, which
Yeah.
like destroys your pacifist route. Like the not knowing added a certain difficulty, whereas if I knew that twist, um it probably wouldn't be the same. Like, oh, I just like this is not worth it. I think it
Mm.
adds a level of difficulty.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other games that are like that where it's like it kind of punishes you for doing intended mechanics. Like the pacifist route, I assume, is not like the main. Like you're not supposed to do that your first playthrough. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Or, maybe another good example is there's a lot of newer games where it's kind of similar to Papers, Please, where you have to decide whether or
Ooh.
not you let people in. I think there's like one with an apartment building, and you have to see if there's a doppelganger or
Hmm.
something like that. I
Uh,
think just like instances where if you don't let the right person in, you don't know it, but like your whole run is ruined. So
yeah.
as you progressively like go on, like the more and more people you let in, the more risk is that there's an alien.
Yeah. Or
So I just think that's pretty cool.
I think about like the Walking Dead Telltale games, or like
Yeah.
Police is playing Detroit right now for the first time. Detroit Become Human, and any game where it's like choose your own adventure, kind of. Do you save this person? Do you kill this person? Like, and there's consequences. Like you as the player might, and as like someone who's trying to be a good person, like I hardly ever want to like kill somebody unless they like really 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 deserve it. um and it's like
Mm,
if you try to be benevolent in a fucked up world like like ours or like a zombie apocalypse, um that can bite you in the ass and make it harder for you because, well, I want to save everybody because I want to be nice. Okay,
yeah.
but not everybody wants that for you, and you might, spare somebody who's going to come back and rob you and kill you or and try to kill you later in the game, like or
Yeah.
in Detroit, the littlest thing that you think uh, might be an innocuous choice you're like, oh, I'll just do this to be nice, it could come back because, like I said, not everybody's going to have that same mentality. And unfortunately, that's the world we live in.
Yeah. I feel like there's certain things now that like it's hard like to not create instincts for it. Like I think every level like a lot of people will try to backspan or like look back to see if they can find anything. Or like I guess in a point and click game, everybody kind of knows if you see a bucket or a cup, you're gonna be filling it up with water and using that for a certain puzzle.
Yeah.
I feel like it's interesting because like difficulty will also create like certain trends or like genre knowns, and I feel like that also creates like a boundary for some people. Like
Mm.
I think more with like games like Dota or like multiplayer strategy games, like that kind of barrier feels like a lot stronger. But I think it kind of exists on like a wide spectrum.
Yeah, or like I haven't played this, but I know Arc Raiders is really popular right now, and it's like you can be nice to other people, but the goal is also to like, you could kill somebody and take their loot just as easily. So it's it sounds like it's harder to be a good person in games like this, which is unfortunate because I always find myself wanting to try to be a good person, and then it's easy to get screwed
Yeah.
over. Wow.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a tragedy of the commons, you know?
Yeah.
It's like we're all slightly pitted against each other.
Oh, I hate that.
Hey, you know what? I think that exists across many multiplayer games. Like in Fall Guys, even
Yeah.
like there's this one game with like seesaws, and even though um like a player will know it, they'll just be killing everyone by going on one end of the seesaw
Yeah.
because it'll just flip everybody over. They'll still do it anyway, you
Yeah.
know?
I play this is
Honestly, it's a good life lesson.
it
Prepares
is.
people for driving in traffic.
Yeah. Although I don't think I hope it's pretty rare anyway that someone will cause an accident on purpose just because to just take everyone down with them.
Hey, hey, you haven't seen me before my coffee.
That's true. Hey, whoa. Are you sure you're not a millennial?
I work from home too, so that's extra crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, that was dangerous. Once COVID hit and everyone was working from home, it was just like day drinking central. Like,
Oh my god.
um,
Allegedly, allegedly.
allegedly, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say so. One of the games that I talked about recently, that I talked about that I started recently. I don't know why I like didn't tell you what this was up front. Like I'm making it a big reveal. But yesterday I started Armored Core 6, which is it's a FromSoft game. So it's Dark Souls with robots basically. Um, and
Oh, fun.
yeah, yeah.
Yay.
um,
Armored Core 6, you say?
yeah, yeah.
I'll look it up.
It's not it's not quite as it's not as like punishing as Dark Souls because where they mitigate the like basically I played for like 4 hours last night. Um and I got through like mission after mission after mission, and I was like, okay, that was like a little bit more difficult than the last one, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and then I just hit a wall, and it was like all of a sudden there was a huge spike in difficulty, and I was like, what the hell am I doing wrong? And it was this mission where I was like, you jump down into this huge pit, and then there's invisible, like railgun laser shooting robots that are on the walls, trying to shoot at you, and each one takes like a quarter of your health down. And I was just like dying and dying and
Oh,
dying,
wow.
and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And where something like Armored Core succeeds in games that like Dark Souls I think fails is that you can totally switch up your like you literally build your robot in Armored Core like it's a Gundam. You change out all the parts, you can customize them with like decals and stuff and different colors, and like If you want to go in and just have like a complete rocket launcher build, you can have a rocket launcher at each hand and two shoulder mounted rocket launcher things, and you're just freaking shooting rockets everywhere, and it's super cool and feels awesome. But um, you can also, like, I had to think strategically as like, okay, so what do I have that I can hit these things on the wall that I can't see? And then I was going for like these pulse weapons, which have like electromagnetic, like splash damage. And I made it a little bit lighter so that I could boost at them faster and hit them with like a laser sword and get up close in their face. Um, and as soon as I switched up my gameplay style or my like build, it changed up my gameplay style, and I also got a shield, like an energy shield thing that like you could kind of like parry the lasers. And once I started doing that, I was like, oh my god, I've been running around trying to dodge and dip, dodge, duck, dive, and dodge, and
That's cool.
it wasn't working. So it lets you switch it up then and be like, okay, let's parry the lasers, let's get a stronger boost so that we can get in closer and they can't snipe you, and you can just hit them with a laser sword. And then there's like, and the after that there's like a freaking robot with a laser whip that's trying to kill you, and it has like a pulse shield. And in
I
this
just hate
universe,
it when there's a robot with a laser.
every time there's a laser whip, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Every day, every day on my commute, there's always a robot with a laser whip. But their specific shield was weak to like this pulse weapon that I had. So I was like, okay, got to make sure I equip that. And you can do that like, on the fly. Like you'll have to like go back to your base, which is kind of annoying because then you lose your checkpoint. But then you switch all your stuff out, and it changes up your gameplay style, and you're like, now you've adapted, and you don't have to throw your body at it 1,000 times and try to war of attrition your way through it. So I love when
Love it.
when the answer to difficulty is player expression. I love that.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I think people are kind of split on this idea of wanting to play a certain game in a certain play style, and then also like the game like saying like you're rewarded for playing different play styles, like in this example.
Hmm.
So like if it was maybe like stealth versus attack, do you think a good game will make you do both, or will a good game let you do whatever style you want to be doing it in?
Ooh. I think a good game will let you passively, even if you're struggling, passively get through on even the most baseline, like if you want to just jack of all trades kind of your way through a game. I feel like you shouldn't easily be able to. I feel like if you can struggle your way through using a little bit of everything, then like that's fine. But I like when it gives you the option to be like, okay, here's where I should go stealth. Here's where I should go absolutely guns blazing, balls to the walls. I think games should reward
So
you
you like
more for.
specific sections meant for like each scenario. So you want a specific stealth section and then a specific attack section.
No, I want the ability to see like see a section and be like, do I go stealth or do I go guns blazing or do I look for a way around? Like that's I think where like the player expression comes in. Like I want games to reward you more for leaning into one direction or the other. Like if you go stealth, I want you to have to I want you to kind of be weak, like you shouldn't not one thing should be too strong, I think. Like because if you can reliably do sneaky and tons of damage and tank hits, like that feels a bit too much for me. I like when there's distinct flavors that you can tap into versus like the jack of all trades type of thing. Like
Right.
yeah,
So
I
you
like
want like the chances to be like better if you do one thing, but technically it's still achievable if you do all three things. So
yeah.
like maybe a sneak attack works better in some scenarios where like a brawny attack works better than others. but at the end of the day, some are percentage higher, some are percentage lower. So here's my question.
Hmm.
If that's the case, isn't it kind of like, aren't you kind of putting yourself in a box if you always do like the most likely thing?
Yes, and that's why I think it's on the video game, on like the game designers to reward you for trying different things.
Mm.
Like it should, like kind
Like
of.
I think,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry.
Oh, you can go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's hard because I can't see your face anymore,
Oh, right.
so I don't want to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
Um, but I was gonna say I think Mario and like Mario World and Mario Brothers handles that in a very interesting way,
Hmm.
whereas like in the same level, you can go for something more difficult and try to get a star coin, or stay and just like complete the game on your own. And on top of that, when you play with other players, like a more advanced player, somebody that's more used to platformers, can maybe go for the harder stuff while the other teammate just tries to survive. So I think it's interesting when they try to put multiple routes at the same exact time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other games that do that. Like, yeah, are there co-op games where you can, if you're two vastly different skill levels, can you still play at the same time and have a good time?
Oh yeah, I have a great example of
Ooh.
that because I suck at video games. I say that with love. I video games I'm good at because I've played way too many hours of them, like Fall Guys. But in general, it is hard for me to get good at a video game. So one game I love to get carried in is called Unrailed, and
Hmm.
basically you're just putting up track as a train cart runs on it, and you're trying to navigate it through like this little western town, and you the train goes faster, and it gets harder, and it's like an infinitely more difficult thing. But the two genius parts about the difficulty is like me being a bad player adds more difficulty to my friend. So I'm a
Oh.
direct cause of the difficulty, which I love because like they're trying to get around me, they're yelling at me, they're screaming at me, and like communication becomes a whole new part of difficulty, like how well you're able to talk with your friend and calm them down. Um, but yeah, it's such a fun game. Would highly recommend it.
That does sound cool. Yeah, I like how you said a game that I like to get carried in.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have a couple of those. I love to get carried in a horror co-op, like
Hmm.
Repo. Is really fun to be carried in. For those who don't know, Repo is like you play cute little robots who are trying to scavenge money in like haunted areas. So, I don't really play like the stealth like games. But what's really cool is you can like hide with your friends. And they can like plan routes for you. So maybe if you're not good at navigating, like one of your teammates can like lead you through.
Hmm.
Or if you want, you can like assign someone to be a distraction for a ghost or something like that.
Oh, that's cute.
So yeah, I feel like as gaming gets like bigger, one of the coolest parts to like look forward to, I think, is co-op.
Yeah, I admittedly don't have a ton of experience with like newer co-op games. Like all the co-op games that I've played are probably like pre 2000 or like, like I don't know. I'm thinking like I've been playing like the Sonic games with Police Ed. It's just like, yeah, you're just playing Sonic and Tails, and Tails can't die. So like, what is the stakes there? Like, so I
Yeah,
want to get into more. I really want to play Split Fiction, and I really want to properly play It Takes Two.
yeah.
Um,
What do you? I can I do a random tangent if that's okay?
sure, please.
So, how do you think difficulty should affect like the story in a game? And what mechanics do you think attribute to a good story?
That's That's a deep one.
Yeah, I was like, we're running out of time. Got to ask that
Yeah.
before I go.
How does the story? How does the difficulty affect the story? Or like,
How do you think difficulty should play a role in telling a story?
mm,
So I guess maybe I'll answer it first, and like that'll help make sense.
yeah,
I kind of alluded to it earlier, but I just feel like when a game uses difficulty as a mechanic to tell its story, um, I think like that's what it shines best. Like a hard game that I loved was Celeste, because um, every time I was like struggling or dying in it, I was like actively building a new skill that would
mm,
be used later. And I think one of the coolest parts of this game, what I can't say in any other game, is when I played the first level for the first time, it took me 450 deaths, which is a lot of deaths.
wow,
I went back to it after I beat the game, and I beat it in 5 deaths.
nice.
So this is like a game that like you can like feel like you're constantly building to, and the whole story, the whole arc is like an emotional arc about like getting over like really difficult problems in your life. Like
Mm,
it's climbing a metaphorical mountain while you're climbing a literal mountain.
yeah,
So I think like that game just nails difficulty as a mechanic, as like a way to outline the story. And I think sometimes people say Celeste has an amazing story. It has like a good story. It's very like bare bones, but I think what it does amazingly is connect the mechanics to the themes, to the story. And
mm,
like that makes it really impactful.
yeah. I need to play Celeste. I've heard nothing but good things. That's my frequent.
Oh, you definitely I will buy you Celeste if you pay it. If you play it.
Ah, don't tempt me. I don't need another game to steal my life. I
And it's like it is a little bit of a long one.
okay. I
But here's the thing. If you want to kill hours of your life, it is the easiest thing to do. You can just keep playing over and over. It's like arcade like level like just
mm.
rapid response.
So that brought me to another point, but I'll come back to that. When you said arcade, I'm gonna keep something for later.
Oh, okay. We'll keep that on the stove.
I
Keep it cooking.
keep it cooking, keep it simmer it, simmer let that
Keep
simmer.
it sizzling. Yeah.
Uh, I'm trying to think of, aside from like, obviously when you think difficult games, the ones that come up first are like Dark Souls, which we've talked at length about. The difficulty, like, actually I don't even know if Dark Souls is a good example of this, because the the difficulty isn't part of the story in Dark Souls. It's part of the vibe and the world building, but I don't think it's part of the actual plot, of which it's very light in Dark Souls, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like there's a
But it
bad guy.
contributes to the theme,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
would
yeah.
say,
I
right?
would say theme more
What
than.
does he like the game designer say? Wasn't it something like all the villains in these types of games are like endlessly suffering or something?
Yeah, that sounds about right. And the players.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So you
That's what
should
I'm
suffer
trying to say.
too.
Like it's all connects. All
Yeah.
endless suffering. Yay.
But then it's like, but you need to overcome the suffering or end the suffering. And you go to kill the big bad that's poisoning the whole world. And then it's like, cool. Credits roll. And it's like, what's the
See,
story here?
like for me, like it's kind of like people being really kinky. It's like, oh, like look how blue balled I got. Look how many times I had to lose before I got to come.
And we've come
Like
full circle.
honestly, it's just like these people. You know what? It's like, yeah, did you have like that one kid at lunch who would like put like extra hot sauce on everything? Hi, Rabbi, I love you.
Is that rabbi?
No tea, no shade. But like would put like a ton of hot sauce, and like this wasn't my friend, but like would put so much on that like you couldn't taste anything, and it was more about like the spice than like the taste of food.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like sometimes when people talk about like, oh, this game is so fun because it's so hard. It's like, do you like how hard it is, or do you just like the accomplishment that you have? Because, like, at the end of the day, we are all just staring at a screen. We're all just staring at a screen. It's not that impressive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to the gamers. You know what? I'll take that back. If you're a speedrunner, you're actually impressive. I
Yo.
respect speedrunning a lot.
Hell yeah.
But
Speedrunning
anybody
is.
else, you're just staring at a screen. It's not that deep.
I think it is kind of like I have been a bit poisoned by the like the kinkiness of it, so to speak, where it's like I actually felt like um, when I played Shinobi Art of Vengeance, I actually felt like it was a bit too easy, and that's because I was just coming off of Ninja Gaiden 4, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, where those are difficult games, but they feel challenging. I think I like challenging more than difficult. I hate just being
Yeah.
pounded into the dust and not knowing why. But with
Well, that's the thing. It's about mastery, right? You want to master your craft. And I feel like you even were describing it earlier because I don't know much about that game, but you have to know spacing, you have to know like a lot of things. I think it's just like is the value of learning it worth your time? And everybody
mm,
just has a different threshold.
yeah, and that's that.
Like some people genuinely love spicy, and that's actually Rabbi, because like I'll cry, and Rabbi will be able to eat like the spiciest things in the world. It's
Ghost
very
peppers.
impressive. Yeah, yeah. Um, but like she actually enjoys it. She actually like loves the flavor of it. Whereas like some people like they don't even care about the flavor, which is like crazy to me. Like
Uh,
why even bother?
your brother says, do game mechanics and skills differ that much between games? You mean like between franchises, or are you asking about a specific game? Because I would say, yeah, they wildly differ. Especially like, I mean, we've talked about just in this episode
I
alone.
really like that question. Like, could I ask you, like, give me a scale of two games that differ like so much for you? Like, what's on one side, what's on the other for difficulty, for like the most opposite?
I would say the lowest end are games that there is no fail state. So something like you had brought up when we were texting earlier, like cozy games. It sounds like you're a big
Mm.
Stardew Valley person. I love Animal Crossing. There's not really a fail state in Animal Crossing. You just kind of vibe on the island. You can build stuff if you want. You can pay off your debt if
But
you want. But like,
hear me out though. Hear me out.
yeah,
Most people will never finish Stardew in their life. I know I will never finish Stardew.
okay.
Most people can't stick to Animal Crossing. Most people give up before they even get like that island thing or whatever.
Hmm.
I wouldn't know because I gave up on it. Um,
Wow.
uh, but like I think that it's like a different type of difficulty, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's. Well, I don't know. I mean, for a game that like you can't lose at, um,
But you have to discover stuff, right? So like it's not just like biding your time, but it's like you have to figure out what time, what season to fish. And if you're not cheating, like that can take a long time.
that's
Or like finding out what people like to get them on your side and trying to get different endings.
yeah, I would say that's like if you want to.
Also, it's kind of a management sim. Like you have to learn over time what crops work, which ones sell.
But
Sorry, I
it's
didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay. But I would say that's like to push back a little bit. None of those are required to like finish the game. In fact, there isn't like a finishing. You don't finish Animal Crossing. It goes on forever. Uh, so you can just sit and vibe in your little tent on that island and just talk to the characters that are there. You don't have to expand or do anything, and there are no consequences to that.
Mm.
Uh,
Okay,
so
I'm
it's
gonna push back on that
okay.
again because I think you're conflating choosing your own difficulty with the level of difficulty. Just because you can decide what it's how difficult it is doesn't mean it's not difficult. Because like,
Uh,
yeah, I think you technically don't have to do much, but in general, when you play this game, you're gonna want to have a cow. Like everybody wants a cow. Who doesn't want a cow?
I
And I
don't have a
think
cow, man.
generally speaking, yeah, like they. I was gonna try to make a moo pun, but I'm gonna leave it.
It's
Um,
a moot point.
Thank you. Um, but yeah, like throughout any cozy game, there's certain things you have to do that kind of carry a lot of weight in like a lot of different ways. I think unpacking you could technically say is an easy game, but it like has like a really hard and emotional core. Um, and in Despelote, technically, no matter how bad you are at the game, like you can miss every shot. It doesn't change anything. Um,
Hmm.
but that doesn't mean the game isn't hard if you are like trying to do it correctly, if that makes sense.
So, are you saying that the difficulty is
It's self-moderated.
sure, but like if it's optional content or optional, if the experience is optional, if a more difficult part of the game is optional, like trying to get all the fish in Animal Crossing, which yeah, you got to look up guides when, what kind of water, is it raining, is it morning, is it night, what season, like
Hmm.
that does raise the difficulty level, but I don't think.
Well, you choose your own difficulty. Like even if you look through the walkthrough, you still got to do it all. You have to get there on time. You have to plan correctly.
Yeah.
You know what? Have you heard of the game where you can either play through the campaign, or if you wait for like this dictator at dinner, he says like wait here. You can either go outside and start shooting, or you can literally wait for him for 5 minutes and then you beat the game.
Oh, no, that sounds like Metal Gear Solid though. There's a boss fight in
I,
Metal Gear Solid 3 against a really old man,
it's a common trope.
and if you
You know what I'm
just,
talking about, though.
yeah, if you just let
But
the
you
time run
wouldn't
out, he'll
say
just
that
die.
person. Yeah, technically they won the game. Technically they got the ending. They got a ending.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't say that they played the game. And
Right.
I think like that's like kind of a way that like people choose their own difficulty. Is like cozy games you can like kind of put in and get out whatever you want.
Hmm. Yeah. I guess.
And like also sometimes the goals are abstract. Like
Yeah.
there's a game called Umurangi Generations where you take photos and technically the objective is to include certain objects in photos and ignore other objects in photos.
Hmm.
But in reality, most people like get joy from the game of taking like aesthetic shots. It's more about like the fun of taking pretty photos. So I would say like the game's difficulty is maybe a two. Like it's just a collectathon if you treat it like that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to take pretty pictures. So I spent time like looking at lighting, trying different viewpoints, trying different lenses, doing all this fun stuff. And would say made the game more difficult.
Ha- so difficulty is then kind of relative to how much time and energy you put into it.
Well, maybe not that, but because, if I was just being stupid and just like staring at the screen for a long time, I don't think there's any like utility you get out of that. But say I'm like learning how to master the camera and take better photos. I do think like that is a skill that you could say is difficult. Like, I think I would be able to take better photos than you would if you just started playing this game right now.
Sure.
No offense,
No, no, no.
no shade.
You're right. uh, but then, like, then is the difficulty? Maybe I've just seen difficulty the wrong way my whole life, or I don't say wrong, but a different way. I see difficulty as an opposing force to you as the player. I don't necessarily see
Yeah.
taking more
Well, every
time.
game has conflict. There isn't a game that exists without an opposing force, right?
Sure, but in that, like, I don't know if I consider the opposing force to be taking a pretty picture versus taking an ugly one.
Well, I think that that's a self-imposed force.
Hmm.
Like, have you ever done a 360 no scope battle as a kid?
Not a battle, but I've tried. and failed to do 360 no scopes.
Right, but you've been in a private lobby with your brother, or your friend or someone, and you tried only snipers doing 360 no scope.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever cheat and just end up hard scoping?
No, I don't know what that is. What is hard scoping? I didn't really get into Call of
Hard
Duty.
scoping is just like staring down the barrel. Like, did you ever
Oh,
get bored of quick scoping and then just started? You were an asshole to your friend.
uh, I can think of times where I have done that. Yeah, but not in like a not in that context. But yeah.
Okay. But just in general, all I'm saying is we kind of create our own difficulty and we can make our own games. And I don't think that makes the games any less valid just because the rules aren't imposed by the game itself.
Yeah, no,
I think
I
that's
don't
why
think so either.
modding is beautiful. And I think like sometimes people get a lot of flack for like playing cozy games, but like I think like there's a real strength in being able to create your own fun.
Yeah, totally. No, I would never go against that.
Oh yeah, but like I do think it's like a difficulty. Like I'm just gonna say it, and like this might be a little bit of a stretch. You can push back on me on this,
Okay.
but I think even like people that are good at choosing like character designs and outfits, like that's a difficulty on some level. I am
Hmm.
so bad at making like cool characters and cute characters, and some people can like just make characters out of like other games or something like that from
Yeah.
like a select screen.
Yeah, I don't I don't know if I
I don't know.
consider
That's
that.
just a stretch. I'm just being like a hippie.
I don't know. I just don't know. Like that is a valid way to experience the game. I just don't think it makes it more difficult of a
Yeah,
game.
no, I think that was a little bit too far. I don't think your aesthetic choices actually do anything unless you're playing Dress to Impress. Hashtag Roblox.
Hashtag Roblox. Shoutouts to Roblox.
Yes. Any Roblox players in the chat?
Yeah, pop off
I
now
can't see the
if
chat, but like
I'll let you know. I don't think my demographic tends to skew under 13, so probably not.
what? That's crazy.
Yeah. I know I'm a gaming content creator primarily gaming content creator on the internet. So you would think I'm trying to get these kids in here, man, I'm trying to
Yeah.
groom these
Hey, we need
kids.
less Roblox, more Oddworld.
Hell yeah. Okay, you just became my favorite guest I've ever had.
Well, I wanted to get back on, so I knew I had to leave on a high note.
Yeah. Well, regardless of, you could have said just a bunch of bullshit this entire time, and I probably still would have been like, I want to have you back on.
I
Um,
did. For the record, I wrote a whole outline, and we literally only got to the first point. So it was a ton of bullshit, but I loved it.
well, we can. I mean, I'm happy to have you on again anytime, just to shoot the shit or to talk about your other difficulty points. The only thing that I had on my notes that I kind of wanted to talk about, and I also kept this on my nose for later. It's been simmering. You talked about arcade games, and
Hmm.
I like. Did you ever get into arcade games as a kid? Like a physical at a
No,
cabinet.
I always wanted to. We actually one of our first games ever on the PS2 was like a 50 classic retro games, and me and my brother would play that like every Saturday morning. It was like
Nice.
the best thing ever. But that's
Yeah.
all we had. And
Well.
then I'm a Galaga girly. My mom
Oh.
played Galaga. I play Galaga. Runs in the family.
Yeah. I love Galaga. That's one of my favorites of like the old school.
Yeah.
Um. Well, I'm an old dinosaur, so like I grew up in the '90s and like the arcade craze. Like I was a little young when it started. Um, so like a lot of my memories of the arcade was just kind of like looking up at older kids who were like playing arcades, and I would, you know,
Can I just to pause for a sec? Could you just like paint the room for me? Because I want to know what it looked like in the '90s arcades. Like I'm imagining like galaxy neon carpet. Like give me a vibe.
yeah. Oh, you're already. That's most of the vibe. So the main
Love it.
arcade that I would go to was attached to a bowling alley. So, or not a bowling alley, a roller rink. So
Oh, fun. Okay.
we would always we'd go in and we'd rollerblade, and go to the arcade after, and the arcade, because it was attached to the roller rink, would just kind of smell like sweaty children, which was not pleasant at all. But it also kind of mingled with the popcorn and hot dog and nacho kind of stuff going on at the snack bar. So that was also kind of like
Oh,
it.
ew.
It was
Extra
yeah.
gross.
It was not great. But when you're a kid, you don't really care. Dim lights, black lights, neon, like space themed everything, just
Love, love.
black lights, and yeah, which probably there shouldn't probably have been black lights in a place like that.
Yeah,
Um,
probably super unsafe.
yeah,
Probably no more fire exits, but that's totally fine. It's all for the vibes, for the aesthetic.
yeah, and then just like total sensory overload, because there was just arcades of every kind blaring the most obnoxious sound effects, and like but the ones that got me were like tended to be like the fighting games. So like I would watch people playing Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, and being like, that looks cool, what is this? But my favorite was, oh my god, I'm wearing the shirt for it right now. There was a robot fighting game by Sega called Virtual On, and it was a side by side where you would play against each other, and you had twin joysticks. All the controls were just two, like it felt like you were actually piloting like a mech, and you had like triggers and buttons on top, and it was like super stylized, low polygon, bright blue skies, bright techno soundtrack. And my cousin
Awesome.
and
Love
I
it.
would play that all the time. Um, but so fighting games were like usually 1v1. So like that was when you're in the arcade, you're playing against other people, and then you put in a quarter if you wanted to play again. Arcade games, like single player games, like I'm thinking about the original Ninja Gaiden. Can you tell Ninja Gaiden is one of my favorite franchises? um, or like, I mean, really any single player arcade game, the difficulty, they're very short. A lot of those old arcade games were very short, and the difficulty was only relative to how much money you had. So like, was it even really hard, or did you just need to be really good in order to not break the bank? Like, there's
Insert capitalism metaphor.
yeah, right. Oh my god. Ah, it was capitalism all along. Um like I played
Capitalism is difficult.
yes, it sure is. That's the kindest way I've ever heard that phrased. Um
Yeah, like that understatement of the century.
yeah. I recently played, and by recently I mean probably like 2 years ago now. I went through my top 10 Dreamcast games because it was the 25th anniversary of the Dreamcast. One of them was a game, a really cool shoot 'em up called Ikaruga, and it's like a really cool mechanic. Like there's no way to describe this game that's not problematic, but I promise it's not euphemisms for anything. You're like a spaceship. It's a shoot 'em up, so like you're shooting other spaceships. It's like Galaga on crack. So your only two buttons are obviously you move around, you press a button to shoot, and then you press a button to flip your ship. And when you flip, you go from black to white or white to black. When you're white, you
Okay.
shoot like white or like light. You can think of it as light and dark. So like if when you're light, you shoot like light colored beams. When you're black, you shoot dark colored ones. There are black and white enemies. If you are black, you can't be hurt by a black enemy, and vice versa. If you're white, you can't be hurt by a white enemy. So you have to manage shooting and flipping your colors while the screen fills up with like ridiculousness. And if it's a one touch, you're dead kind of thing. And you start with like 3 lives. So I played it on the Dreamcast, and I was like, I'm gonna try to do it on like regular like arcade difficulty, and I couldn't beat the first level. So then I was
Oh
like,
my
okay,
god.
I guess I'll turn on the infinite lives or whatever, which really just means infinite money because it was an arcade game.
Mm.
And then I beat it very quickly within like a half an hour, and I felt empty inside because there was no challenge. There was no difficulty. The difficulty was how rich are you? Because it was just like, oh, I died.
Mm.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna come back and I get to continue my progress. Like there is no. So like I don't know. I was curious to how something like arcade games would land with you. Like how does the difficulty like factor in when the only barrier, like where the only difficulty is money?
Yeah. So like I think that's interesting because like a lot of games are like kind of designed around like a certain constraint. And I guess like the stock that you have like is kind of like such an artificial one that's like easy to control. Like 5 lives is always going to be easier than 3 lives. But I guess like it's kind of interesting too because it's kind of like an infinite scenario, whereas like Temple Run infinitely gets harder. Like this game is also like gonna get infinitely more difficult by like how much you limit the lives. Um so yeah, I think it's just like a sliding scale that kind of needs to be tweaked and played with, you know?
Yeah.
Like what's a fair, because like I think there's a difference between like something that's hard and something that's difficult, because like what you were doing was hard, not difficult. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. How do you differentiate the two?
Okay, so something that I would say is hard is in this RPG called like Lisa the Terrible. Basically, what you have to do is climb up this ladder, drop off a plank, and do it like 60 times in a row. Up and down, up and down, up and down, to the point where it's gonna like cramp your hand. That's hard, but not difficult. Anybody can do it, but it's hard to do that 60 times.
Okay. On the Draw game says that's their goat. Lisa the Terrible's your
Love it.
goat?
Yeah,
Nice. I'll have to
yeah.
check that out then.
I'm playing through it for the first time. It's devastating. It's devastatingly good.
So then would difficult be something that you have to do once but is very hard to do? I was trying not to use the word hard again, but
I just think yeah, it's interesting because I don't really know how to define difficult. I think like you can go pretty broad with it. Um so maybe like maybe if it's like a skill, I think like it's somehow inherent to like um a barrier that you're able to cross, like something you're able to learn
hmm.
how to cross. Um I think like everybody has a capacity or a range to get better at video games, but there's also certain things that'll never be in our capacity. Like for me personally, I will never understand speed running. I will never do that. So I think a game that reaches for like your capabilities, what's easy for you to improve in, or like something you can actually grow as a skill, I think like that's difficulty. Whereas if it challenges something that's like out of my control, like for me personally, memorizing a map and like
Hmm.
remembering where I haven't checked in a game, I feel like that is just hard. Did that make any sense?
But difficult. So I'm thinking of like if there's like the when I first played Persona 3, I found that game really hard because I hate grinding. So I didn't want to stay in the tower and build my numbers up so that I could go easily get through the fights. But the barrier wasn't me getting better at the game. It was just me putting more time in, fighting scrub enemies so that, like I said, my numbers get higher and then I do more damage to get through the
Hmm.
fight better. So you're
Okay.
saying that's the difference of something like that where you're really just committing your time and energy versus I'm improving a hard skill.
Yeah, I think in that scenario of like what you described, the hard part is like doing like the actual routine stuff over and over again, I think sometimes. Like that's one definition of hardness.
Hmm.
But what's difficult is maybe like finding out which process gets you the most points to grind the quickest way. So there is some difficulty in it. I think like you can't separate their two, but like there is a difference on some
Hmm.
level.
Oh man, we got way deeper than I thought we were going to on this.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I have so because difficulty is so interesting to me because I think there's like certain levels to it. And I think our understanding of video games in general actually has like a lot more to do with like what challenges are imposed and how those challenges connect to like story, to game mechanics, to like overall feelings, vibes. Um and yeah, like I just think there's so much to the difficulty. I could talk about it for hours.
Yeah, and like it really is the crux of. On the draw says, "Tell me more," and Bree Bree says, "We're here for it." Um, I never thought
Anyways.
about how like it's not the interactivity aspect. I think that differentiates video games most from movies because I've like a visual novel. I feel like is you're just pressing one button, you're just going through it, and like yes, that's technically a video game, but it's closer to a movie than anything. I think difficulty in a video game is what really that's the crux of what like a video game is. Like it's that what's the gameplay loop? What's the risk and reward? What's the like? There's so much there that like that's what makes video games video games.
That's so interesting. I think I have like a slightly different definition, but I really like how you said that. Like the choices and like there's a certain video gameness to video games.
Yeah.
Can you give me like a criteria list maybe? Like what are
Ooh.
certain things that you need to have to make something a video game?
I mean, it is a broad. I don't. I wouldn't want to say anything that would limit my definition of a video game because really a video game is anything where you press a button and you do an input of some kind and there's a reaction. Um, there is. Oh, hang on. Bree Bree says, "Can hard be like you won't get it the first time versus difficult being like you almost get lucky?" Yeah, I may need you to elaborate on that one. Um,
Could I respond
oh,
maybe?
please do. Yeah,
So like I think like I kind of like the definition for hard, whereas like like a Bennett Foddy game, like getting over it I
yeah,
think is like hard because if you mess up one time, basically you're climbing a mountain. If you mess up one time, you get set back like 30 to 40 minutes of work. Like you
yeah.
fall down all the way down to the mountain. That's like hard. I think Dark Souls is hard because you have to like slice and dodge in very specific ways. I think difficult is like learning strategies, like figuring out when to parrying, having like reaction time. Like that's like a skill. So
Mm,
like it's improving utilizing the mechanics and improving them um in like a way like that helps you. So I would say like I like the definition of hard a little bit more than I like the definition of difficult.
mm.
But does that make more sense?
It's yeah. It's kind of like, and I'm gonna say the word hard again, but it's not for difficulty. But it sounds like kind of like the difference of a soft skill versus a hard skill.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like putting a lot of time into something is what's difficult. Getting better at the skill is what's hard. Or maybe I think I'm vice versa.
I think other way
Yeah,
around.
yeah, other way around. Sorry.
But I got what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cheers. I love the question. Thank you for asking.
I never thought. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. Um, yeah, we're really we're really diving deep in here. Like this got more philosophical than I thought it would, and I'm always here for it. I love it. I love
Sorry,
this
it
stuff.
always gets to this point with me, but I
Same.
really should go. It's kind of like my
No
bedtime,
worries.
unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you being here. Your face is like slowly drifted down towards the bottom of the
I
screen
know.
through
It's
the
so bad.
through the.
I'm on my bed. My desk got messed up. It's been a week.
Oh, that's
Just
okay.
trust me. I need this dog.
I believe it. Oh, I know. I want that dog in real life too, an astronaut dog.
Oh my
Um,
god. Shout out to my dog Ellie, by the way.
oh, what
Love
kind of
you.
dog is
You
she?
as well. Shout out to Kenzie and Clara as well. All the dogs. And Honey. And Honey.
You have 4 dogs?
And Max, I guess. Also Max, whatever.
5?
Okay.
How many dogs do
I
you
think I
have?
got all my shout outs out.
Oh, I thought those were. I thought you were just shouting out dogs. Are those all just
Oh
dogs?
yeah, yeah, that's all I care about. Only pets. My
Holy,
friends,
shout outs to pets.
I don't care. Hi
Well,
Max.
is there anything or anyone you want to plug? Only pets. Whoa, I don't know about that. Anything you want to plug or I don't know. I know you're not on social media at all, so normally I would say where can people find you on the internet. But as you can see down here under the Spicy Brycey, where I put somebody's username, you very wisely have gotten off of. You've sworn off social media.
Yep, I'm off everything.
That's probably why you're
I
healthier
guess
than.
I would just maybe like love for people to fuck ice. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I think
fuck
that's all I have to
ice.
say.
Hell yeah,
Fuck ice. Boop, boop, boop.
hell yeah, fuck ice. Black Lives Matter. Free
Yes.
Palestine. All of the above.
Hell yeah.
Don't be a piece of
All of
shit.
those.
um, So if you agree with all of those sentiments and you like the look of my face, the cut of my jib, the sound of my voice, and or the cool conversations that we had here tonight, consider dropping a follow. It's free and it helps me grow and it'll help me not have to work in late stage capitalism and maybe I can do this for a living. Who knows? I don't know if that'll ever
Thank
be
you
a
so
thing.
much. Hey, and you just got a new job. So plug your stuff.
I
Where
did.
do people follow you, find you? You
Well,
did it? Oh my bad.
no, I was just agreeing with you that I did get a new job. It's a new freelance
Oh
gig.
cool.
I do graphic design for my day job. I designed all the graphics that you've seen all throughout here. I am enjoying that quite a bit. I'm liking doing what I went to school for and what I love doing, but it is still the 9 to 5 grind. And thank you for the follow on the draw games. I appreciate it. As you can, as you can see up, I don't normally like to like, and I'm not asking for money, but I do have a little donation goal right now. Currently, I am trying to build up enough to. My school kind of screwed me out of my diploma, and I need to pay them like $2,500 in order to get it. So, if you do want to support in a hard financial way, that is there. You can go to my Twitch, and it's all there. But I don't want to be that guy. But if you want to follow all across social medias, there's my personal one is down here. That's my Andrew the Kinsey one. But I am, to finally answer your question, Bryce, the experience point is at THEEXPPOINT all across social medias. I would say probably the best one to follow is probably Instagram. That's where I post stories when I go live. I've been doing a lot of review graphics, which has been fun. I'll watch something or experience something and make a little review. And I do
I'll have
what.
to get one of my friends with Instagram and check it out.
Yes, it's just like hijack somebody's phone,
Yeah.
or just like check it out over somebody's shoulder so you're not getting the
What else are friends for?
addiction bug.
If
Yeah.
not to steal their phone.
And obviously, I'm doing my like. I don't normally do this big of a spiel, but you brought a lot of new people in, which I'm very grateful for. So I'm doing my kind of elevator pitch now, since people probably don't know who I am. I cover everything from movies and animation to food and drinks, tabletop games, video games, the arts, so music, plays, just art in general. Adventure, um, which is just going and doing a fun thing. Like I freaking flew a plane last year. That was awesome.
Wait, you flew a plane live? Like
Yeah,
on
no,
stream?
not live on stream, but I flew a plane in the
Oh,
night.
just in general. That's also really cool.
Yeah, and then
I'm not trying to take away.
no, no, yeah.
Continue. I love this. List that resume, King. Go on.
Yeah, I mean that was something that I've always wanted to do. Any mukbangs? Says Matt Franis. No, I don't think so.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's a loser attitude. Not yet.
I don't know if I'm the guy to do mukbangs, but I get really self conscious because I personally hate when I can hear people eating. So I don't want people to hear me eating. But if that's something that, if everybody was like, oh my God, fucking do a mukbang right now, I'd be like, well, that's what the people
So
want.
does that mean you're a quiet eater?
Yes, I'm a
Like
very,
you'd have to be. Okay.
yeah, silent
You
mukbang.
probably hate me. I've heard that I'm the loudest eater, but I
Really?
have bad ears, so like I don't hear it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It doesn't, unless it's like right in my ear really loud for a long period of time. I normally am like, whatever, just you do you.
You know what? You're such the bestie that I give you permission to tell me if I'm eating loudly.
Okay.
Only you.
Oh, nice. That's an honor. I will not
Of course,
take
of
that
course.
lightly. Um, but
You'll
yes,
be getting your plaque in the mail.
and the check.
Oh, the check is just like a check mark.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a literal. Do you like me? Check yes or no.
Yeah. No, it's do you like me? Yes or definitely.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Do you like me enough to tell me if I'm chewing too loud? um,
Perfect.
but yeah, I'm most active on Twitch here, as you can see, which is a gaming centered platform. So I stream 4 days a week. I do on Mondays. I do main quest Mondays. They're all themed days. Mondays are main quest Mondays, where I play through a story based game that I'm trying to get through. Tuesdays are Talk Tuesdays. As you can see, you are here right now. If you're here live, if not, maybe you're watching live on or watching after the fact on YouTube. Regardless, still grateful. Wednesdays are Wildcard Wednesdays, where you have no idea what I'm going to play. It could be something totally random. It could be Expedition 33, which is probably what I'm going to start tomorrow. It might be Bomberman 64. Hell, it might be Lisa is Evil, or whatever. Lisa is Horrible. What was that game you were saying?
I was trying to figure out what you were saying. I don't recognize it.
Oh, I thought you said something about like Lisa is terrible or.
Oh, um, it's like the Path of Pain. Oh my god, it's the RPG. Yeah, I think it is called Lisa.
I was.
Yeah, Lisa.
I've already forgotten.
Sorry for gaslighting you.
No, it's okay. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Um, and then Thursdays here is Throwdown Thursdays, where I will play. I try to do fighting games, but it can be any competitive multiplayer game. So, like I said, if any of the above sounds cool, or you just want to support a small creator, yeah, drop a follow. Come in and say hey. I love when people lurk. I love when people chat more, because the whole point of the experience point is sharing experiences. So join the conversation, whether that's on social media or here live or here on YouTube, depending on where you're watching it. And I just want to thank you, Spicey Bryce, for coming on and spending your Tuesday night with me and talking about difficulty in video games. I will say what I always say when I sign off, which is thank you, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Go to therapy. Drink more water. And I usually leave with a recommendation for a piece of media. It doesn't have to be a game. It can be. I will leave that to you, Bryce. What is your recommendation that the people should try out this very second, as soon as the stream ends? Actually, let me find, while you tell me, I will find a friend to raid to if anyone is still awake. I think my buddy Drew the Damager is on. Go say hey and tell him I sent you. And go for, if no other reason, check out his super, super thick Boston accent.
I feel like I'm gonna say the one I said before.
That's fair too.
Sorry to be lame, but I really think people should play Despelote.
I like that.
It's super good, available on itch.io and Steam. I think it's also available to play on Mac, I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure. Somebody else check that, but great game. It's very short, but I feel like it does a lot with the time it has.
Nice. Bry's going to Boston next week. Well, this will be good to help you understand what the hell anyone is saying. I'm gonna definitely check out Despelote. I just want to see like it looks and sounds really interesting. Um, and Bri is saving the wreck. Nice. Um,
Awesome.
that will do it for me. And us. Say what up to Drew the Damager. Thank you all for hanging out with me. This was super fun. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely gonna have you on again, and maybe we can get through the rest of your outline. But great conversation all
Awesome.
around.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Bye, everybody.